Sitaram. Namaste. Jai Shri Krishna. Today it's a very special day. It's Friday, the 11th of March in the year 2022, because we come to a really nice juncture where we are really going to touch on a beautiful mantra that surrounds a wonderful world that has always been a part of our life. This word actually is what we call the verbal form or the sound form of Bhagwan Ganesh. Because when you have Swasti, you have happiness in your life, you have no problems, and you have no obstacles. But before we start, let us do our normal mantras. Om. Join me with Sahana Bhavatu. Om Sahana Bhavatu. Sahano Bhunaktu. Sahaviryam Karvavahe. Tejasvinavadhitamastu. Ma vidvishavahe. O Lord, bless us at all times, that we must only have love and affection for each other. O Lord, Sahaviryam Karavavahai. Lord, make both of us strong for the performance of our life duties, for the performance and defense of our dharma, for the performance and defense of our own peace of mind. Lord, Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvina Vadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. O Lord, let us be strengthened in such a way that the negative powers of envy and hate does not enter into our intellectual system. Om, next mantra. Sarve bhavantu sukinaha. Sarve chantu niramayaha. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Ma kashe dukha bhave. Lord, Sarve bhavantu sukhina. Let me be blessed, that I'm able to see the benevolence of your greatness in bringing happiness to all. Lord, let there be happiness in all homes, in all cities, in all towns, in all countries. We know there is immense global negative energies at the moment. Lord, yada yadahi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhutanam dharmasya taratmanam srijamyaham paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya kadushkritam dharmastanta panatasya sambhavani yuge yuge. O Bhagwan, you have given us yourself, this promise yourself, that whenever there is a decline of dharma in this world and an uprise of a dharmic, you embody yourself for the protection of good and for the destruction of evil. O devotees, what this means is that every day Bhagwan Shri Krishna is incarnated in your life. The moment we implore in him, or the moment we identify with your own divinity, the moment you can close your eyes and push away all of the hatred and anger that may be directed to you, then you give Bhagwan a chance to flower and to bloom and to spread all over inside of you. So no negative, no pain, no hatred can affect you. So devotees, last week we stopped at this beautiful mantra. Let us now, this mantra and the next mantra are part of the same mantra. So let us start where we left off, and we will go straight into the Swasti Vachan as promised. So let us start. So we have this beautiful mantra on the screen. I'll make it larger so everyone can see. Om Om Bhadram Karnebhi Shunuyama Devaha Bhadram Pashyem Akshabir Yajatraha Ste Airangai Tushtuvagum Shashtanobihi Vyashema Devahitam Yadayahu Vyashema Devahitam Yadayahu. And here we want to be empowered, and this you have to be so powerful. It doesn't, ordinary people are not able to get the blessings of this mantra without the full, what we call blessings, or the full interference of the devas. So Bhadram Karnevi, Karna means to hear, Shunayama Deva, O Deva, O resplendent Lord. And here we go directly to the powers that be that reside within us, because our mind is full of mischief. Your mind doesn't want you to see good. Your mind likes to listen to gossip and things that are going to bring you a lot of problems in your life. So we want the power of the devas, especially Bhagwan Indra. Bhadram Karnebi Shunayama Deva. O Supreme Lord, let my life be benevolent. Let my life be full of bliss. Why? Why? Because I'm only hearing your name, O Bhagwan. Let my ears experience, O Deva, that which is Bhadram. Lord, today I haven't heard anything that is not good, but I've heard your kindness. I've heard stories about how you save the world. I've heard stories of how you rescued a drowning child. I've heard stories of how you climbed a mountain and you did so much great things. And this is what we want to hear in our life. Bhadram Pashyem Akshabir Yajatraha. Oh Lord, Pashyem means let me see, or that which is seen. Oh Lord, today as I woke up in this morning and I looked outside of my window, I saw your resplendent power in the form of the rays of the sun. And then I saw how you gave strength to the birds that were flying. And Lord, these were the migratory birds who knew how to get their way from Canada to Ireland to somewhere in the United Kingdom, in London. And Lord, I know you're going to guide them correctly somewhere in the plains of Africa. Isn't this wonderful beauty? Is there a greater expression than seeing the power of the Almighty in the skies above your head? Vyashema Devahitam Yadayahu. O Bhagwan, O Supreme Lord, bless me, let the Devas bless me in such a way that by virtue of the pure water that I drink, the pure food and the clean food that I eat, the pure oxygen that I breathe in, that I may live for 80 or more, which means I can live for up to 90 years with good health, with good happiness, with all my mental faculties. So let us recite this mantra one more before we go to the next topic. Om Bhadram Karnebhi Shrunayama Devaha Bhadram Pashyem Akshabir Yajatraha Ste Airangai Tushtuvam Shashtanobihi Vyashema Devahitam Yadayahu. The last line again. Vyashema Devahitam Yadayahu. And when you do the last line, remember you're addressing it to your own super consciousness, because that power is within you to eat the right things, to drink the right things, and to think the right things. But what you're saying, Lord, may you be my partner in life. May you be my influential companion in life. With your companion and influence in my life, I'm quite sure that I would be in good company. I would be in good company that would say nice things, that would take me to places that I would see good things and eat good things and drink good things. So in that way, Vyashema Devahitam Yadayahu. O Lord, in this way, I would be able to live a very long and a healthy life. And that is what all of us, all of you, would like to experience, a happy, blissful life. And this is just the end of last week where we said nice things. I hope you had this for dinner or for lunch, nice salads and nice nuts and nice things made or produced by Prithvi Mata or Dharti Mata. So now we come to this beautiful experience. I wouldn't say a living with mantras, but a beautiful life experience based on this beautiful concept of Swasti. This one word is enough to have as part of your repertoire of kindness and of benevolence in your life. A noble word added to a noble thought is the greatest gift you can give to someone, because you're giving them something that touches your soul. And the most powerful greeting you can give to someone is with clasped hands and you says, Om Swasti, 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 Om. So we will go down into why this word becomes so powerful. And sometimes you just get it as part of a mantra and it's lost in the power. Its power is lost because it's a word that stands on its own. It's like a mountain. It's a rock. It's so strong that nothing can move it or can affect its power. It has the power to tame the winds, the typhoons. It has the power to withstand a torrent of water. So such great is this word, Swasti. As you can see, Swasti, the symbol of Swasti is what you call a rhythm in perpetual motion. Swasti itself is the energy of the creation of this world that is always in motion. Ordinarily, the swastika, as we know it, is the other form of Swasti. And all of you would know that when you do a puja and you call a pandit, or when you do a havan, you will see the havan kund and the bedi would be decorated on all four sides with Swasti. So Swasti is present in all around us. It's present in the unseen ethos or in the ether. It's present in the seen worlds of the swirling forms of this world. Even the whirlpool is what we call a Swasti. But if you go in nature, look at the spiral of a conch shell. It is 100% Swasti. So life is a constant revolution of forms of Swasti. And this is the beauty of this word Swasti. Even if we don't go forward, you can chant Swasti, and then because further down, you will know the meaning and the power of just Om Swasti, Om Swasti, Om Swasti, Om. So just, exercise your vocal cords a little bit. And what we will do, we will just chant Om Swasti, Om Swasti, Om, to get your breathing calm, to let your blood pressure goes down, because this you will start to feel the effect of this wonderful, it's made up of two syllables, Swas and Asti. Both of them have beautiful, beautiful meanings. So let us chant the Swasti Mantra. Om Swasti, Om Swasti, Om Swasti, Om. Om Swasti, Om Swasti, Om Swasti, Om. Join me. Om Swasti, Om Swasti, Om Swasti, Om. Om Swasti, Om Swasti, Om Swasti Om. Om Swasti. Om Swasti Om. Swasti Om. And let us go now into this power, source of energy of your life. This is what is called Swasti, the center of your being. The center of your existence is called Swasti. And when Swasti means alive, Swasti means fragrance. When there is no Swasti in you, for want of another word, you become unbearable for someone to be next to you. In fact, you become not a living entity, but a decaying being. So, one of the main objects of our life is to keep the Swasti spinning, or keep Swasti moving, keep Swasti energizing from the tip of your toe to your knees, to the base of your spine, to your navel cord, to your chest, to your heart, to your vocal cords, to the middle part of your forehead, and to the top of your head. So we want to keep this beautiful energy all over the body. So again, apart from Swasti being a spiral, what is Swasti really? So we hear this word appearing in mantras. So you will find it in the mantra that we recited at the beginning. It has the third word is Swasti. Then if you go to the Swasti Vachan, it starts with Swasti. So there are lots of mantras have Swasti, quite different from Shanti. But Om Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. In its simplest language or meaning, Swasti means well and being. But not well being as though someone feels good and someone feels, okay, I hope you're well and having a good day. That is not the well being we are referring to. So we have to separate the well from the being. And what Swasti mean is that this being inside of me, this life energy inside of me, wish you immense happiness. So Swasti becomes you. Let us go now to the second meaning of Swasti. Swasti na brihaspatir dadhatu. Swasti, okay, if you want to bless someone, you take a flower in your hands with some rice, and let us say your daughter or your son is going for a new job. Or your daughter or your son or your grandchild is starting college. Or your husband or your brother is doing something, they're starting a new job, or your husband may be not well, and you want to give him a divine blessing, not a material blessings. So what you do, you summon your divinity, and you take some flowers and you place it in your head. Om Swasti. And what is blessing is not your mouth. What is blessing is your innate divinity, is the God within you, that same God that is outside as the creative energy of this world. And this is how great you have become by virtue of the Swasti. Or sometime you are meeting up your grandchild and you may not want to say Swasti, but the thought must be a divine thought that I hope you are well, my granddaughter or my grandson or my niece or my nephew. So it's this concept that you may not want to say a Sanskrit word, but you must understand the concept or the ethos of this word Swasti. So let us go to another mantra before we go down to the meaning. Om Swasti Prajabhyaha Paripalayantam. May there be abundance for all. And this is a beautiful Shanti mantras in that, at the beginning, let us say you have a function, and at the end you have to stand up and give what we call a benedictory prayers. So your Havan is finished, your arti is finished, and now you have to stand up and say thank you. There will be no greater way of thanking your guests and your pandit and whoever is there, whether on Zoom or in person, than to say, Om Swasti Prajabhyaya Paripalayantam. Oh friends, my soul and the power given to me by that Supreme Lord, I pray that there may be abundance of all forms for you. But in the case of what is going on in the world, this beautiful mantra says, Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahisaha. O Lord, may the leaders who rule our kingdoms and our country wisely protect the earth. We really need this blessing. And most important, it recognizes that man is just a small part of this living world. Our rishis designed very scientifically this mantra, and it says, Go Brahmanebhyas Shubham Astu Nityam. May there always be well-being, Swasti, for animals and for the wise. So which means you always wish the animals who can't look after themselves, give them food, give them care, try not to eat them. May there always be well-being for animals and the wise. Look after the noble priests, look after the teachers, look after the music teachers, the dance teachers, whoever shares knowledge. And finally, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Many of you would have recited this mantra not realizing it's part of a much bigger mantra. This mantra also has like for the 100 lines of Swasti Mantra. So this mantra, if you do not know a lot of other mantra, all of you would have recited this mantra at some time in the past. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. So on a Friday night, there is nothing greater that you can do than sit down like this, compose yourself, and actually project to the whole loka. So which means we are not talking about the earth alone. We are not talking about London and England and Wales and United States and New York and Toronto and Canada and Delhi and Bombay and Tokyo. We are not talking about that. We are much more bigger than that, in that we want to be peace in this whole universe, in all of the lokas. Let us recite this mantra 2 more times. Lokas samasta sukhino bhavantu. Lokas samasta sukhino bhavantu. Lokas samasta sukhino bhavantu. And when we recite this mantra, even how selfish we are and how much we do not want other people to be happy in this world because of our greed and our envy, mantras like this brings us back. It brings us back on the right path of life. It brings us back and protects us from the bad karma that greed, hate, and envy is doing to you. And we must not pretend that this world doesn't have unhappiness. Some people find it very sad to be in their home due to domestic violence. Some people find it very unhappy to go to work because of bullying at work. But whatever the other person do, you hold on to your power of benevolence. Your power of benevolence will be so strong that it will drive them away from the influence that they have towards you. In fact, you're going to be so strong. Your rays of happiness is going to melt them and change them to be very kind and compassionate to you. So sometimes in life, we're the one that have to change. We would always say, gosh, how can they be so bad to me? How can they be so unkind to me? Look how they are plotting against me. Because what we are doing, we are creating thoughts of blame on someone else. And the way to solve a problem, Lord, I woke up this morning and I saw the rays of sun. My children are very happy. My grandchildren are very happy. Lord, today I'm not walking under the sun without a shelter, or I'm not in the snow waiting for someone to rescue me. Lord, I'm living in my beautiful home. You have been very kind to me. Lord, let my heart show kindness to all. In that way, you will be amazed how your enemies become friends. So let us now go. To come to this stage, we need help, guidance, and energy and protection. Where do we get this help from? And why chant this whole mantra? M-A-N-T-R-A. Yeah. From very ancient time, the recitation of our hymns, our mantras, in the immortal Vedas led to supernatural divine power, turning the mind extremely peaceful, tranquil, and serene. This is important because this is a Swasti Mantra. And what it advises is that at least let us give ourselves a time of day where we can sit down quietly in real silence, but turning the mind inside. And when we turn the mind inside with an eye closed and just concentrate on Swasti, you will be amazed how the changes in your intellect takes place. You will be able to solve problem quickly. You will be able to get new knowledge. You would be able to be creative in your work and in your job. Swasti, as this mantra is chanted, in all forms of celebration, in tilaks. Swasti Vachan is from the Holy Vedas, is chanted, and it must be chanted with devotion. And this, I would like to stop and say, now normally, it's the Pandit who chants this mantra, and you're just waiting for him to chant this mantra. But the Pandit chanting this mantra does not do you any good. Just like how Panditji can't eat for you, he cannot pray for you. So the whole idea of today's blessings is for you to be able to do Swasti Vachan and for you to be able to bless the ones that need your blessing. But most important, you must be able to recognize the power of your own divinity. What he's saying, we do not want you to chant these mantras without knowing the meaning. So the purpose of today is to let you know the full meaning of the Swasti Vachan, and to tell you that it's extremely powerful. Our rishis, the Vedic rites and the Puranas, that our enlightened sages of Bharata. When I'm using the word Bharata, I'm not using today political India boundaries, but I'm using the ancient term of this word that really should go as Bharat Varshaha, this land that covers the borders or the coast of the 7 oceans, the Sat Samundar. So the Vedic rites and the Puranas that our enlightened sages had imagined and visualized and then made arrangements for auspicious Mangalam rituals in a systemic manner are in no way different from the science. So what we are saying, everyone asks us, okay, we want to see the evidence of what you're doing. Then we have to go down into the science of our rituals and mantra, how logical they are, how they replicate the solar system, how they are devised. Even the simple havan that we do, if we do it with the correct mantras, the correct date and the correct time, you will be amazed at what changes it can make, not only in your life, but in the totality of this world that we live in. So, how do we apply this word swasti? So, just hold on to swasti. You have come across it every Diwali time. You would come across this word swasti. So, swasti, in its very simple word, exemplifies auspicious speech. So, swasti, if you want to really be blessed with swasti, the first thing is that your speech and the purity of intention must be there. It symbolizes sacrifice as a way of life through the use of speech. So this mantra, the Swasti Vachan, Vacha means to speak. So this is all about right speech. So if we get our speech right, our life will also be very, very right. Because we know from new science, or what we call the new age science, of studies done in the use of powerful words, or what we call high energy word and low energy word. So you will want to know, well, what is a high energy word? A high energy word would be like love, or appreciation, or good thoughts. That will be, it makes someone feel good. Low energy word, a word that does good, like if you say, I hate someone, or I really dislike someone, or I'm going to gossip about someone. I don't want to use those words myself, so we're not going to go to anymore. But what I'm saying is that Swasti Vachan, as descendants of Bharat, our speech should be always Swasti. Now, you only have to look around you in whichever part of the society, and you yourself would have been a victim of aswasti, or very hurtful words. So we want the power of swasti to always bless you, so you're not near anyone who speaks such unkind words. They're not good for you and not good for wherever they are. So it is also a remembrance or acknowledgement of the Supreme Being, which is inherent in all creation and within oneself. So we come back again, when you use this word swasti as part of the Swasti Vachan, you start by saying, I fully acknowledge that I am what we call Shivo Aham. I am part of that Supreme Lord. I am part of this bigger picture, and therein lies my power, because I have the same link to the divine energy source of Swasti as anyone else. So therefore, I can be as great as I want to be by virtue of the Swasti. It is also remembrance or acknowledgement of the Supreme Being, who is inherent in all creation and within oneself, and who is responsible for upholding Dharma. So here again, is not the Supreme Being that is responsible for upholding Dharma, but is you are responsible for upholding your Dharma, because you know what is right and you know what is wrong. How can you expect someone else to uphold your Dharma when you have the consciousness and the ability to know what is right and what is wrong? What is punyam, which has been good merit, and what is papam, those things that create problems in your life. So let us now go to this word swas and asti. As you see in red, swa, the term swa comes like from swaha. Yeah, means swa, S-W-A, the root means one's own, belonging to one's self, innate, inherent, natural, and inborn. So when we are talking about your swasti or your swa, we are talking about your really, really special person that you are, based on your atma. So the swa in the asti refers to that, it's a reference to your true living energy or your atma. And brothers and sisters, devotees, and my good friends who are with me tonight, when you think of this beautiful word and we split it into two, like two forks, you know, on the right hand, or in my case, on my left hand, you have the swa. On the right hand, you have the asti. And where you are, you have the swa on your right hand. And on your left hand, you have the asti. And this right hand or this left hand really says, well, look, this hand is part of this Atmic being. This hands is part of my own self. It belongs to me. It's innate, it's inherent, and it's natural, and is inborn. So my swasti came with me before I entered the womb of my mother. The second half of this word is the asti, means present. What is existing and being. So what we are saying, swasti means that internal being, that pure, unadulterated presence which has always existed in me. So that is what swasti is. Swasti is you at your very, very purest self. So therefore, swasti, it's the longer word or the shorter word when they are joined together. Swasti means self-existence, or the existence of you as a spiritual being. So we're not talking about the existence of, the old body which is 60 or 70-year old, because you are forever youthful. All of you sitting down here is forever young, forever beautiful, because the Atma or the Swasti is ageless, is deathless. It was there before this body came to form, and it will be there when this physical form goes away. But you are never going to go away, and this is such an important concept, and it gives us immense calmness to know that we are going to be living forever. Matter is never created nor destroyed, but it changes forms. So again, swasti refers again to the presence of the Atma or the self in one's own body. Its mere presence ensures life. And this is so important, that the presence of swasti, the presence of the self inside of you, is all that is required for you to be alive, or for you to experience consciousness and well-being of each living being. So your swasti is not about you alone, but your swasti, because of the link to every other soul, gives you this wonderful benevolent quality of you to impact on the life, on the happiness of every other soul. And this is, this is what this the swasti, look, if you want to know what is a symbol, you can either not have this, or you can imagine this beautiful radiance energy that pervades the whole world as being the symbol of swasti. Right, now let us go straight into the swasti vachan. Let us chant this mantra and let it sink into your inner being as we chant, because this mantra is to bless each and every one of you, and for you to bless anyone who you will be doing this mantra in the presence of. So let us start right away, devotees. Om Swasti na Indro Vrihat Shrava. Swasti na Indro Vrihat Shrava. One more time. Swasti na Indro Vrihat Shrava. Next line. Swasti na Pusha Vishwavedaha. Swasti na Pusha Vishwavedaha. Third line. Swasti nas Tarikshyo Arishtanemihi. Swasti nas Tarikshyo Arishtanemihi. Swasti nas Tarikshyo Arishtanemihi. Swasti no Brihaspatir dadhatu. Swasti no Brihaspatir dadhatu. So let's go through it slowly again. The whole mantra. Om Swasti na Indro Vrehat Shrava Swasti na Pusha Vishwa Vedaha Swasti nas Tarikshyo Arishtanemi Swasti no Brihaspatir Dadhatu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Devotees, you would be saying the names of Swastina Indro, then Swastina Pusha, Pushan, the sun. Swastinas Tarikshyo. Tarikshyo refers to the celestial bird that is always flying. In some contexts, it refers to Garud being the celestial companion of the creative energy of this world, referred to as Bhagwan Vishnu. So Tarikshyo, you want always to be blessed by someone that sees your journey. So from above, this Deva sees you and what you do. He influences you and prevents problems from coming into your life. And then the fourth line mention Brihaspatir. As we know, Brihaspatir is your guru or the guru of the gods. So we are saying in each one of this line, let the relevant Deva bless us for our well-being. And when the Devas bless us, when Indra blesses us, when Surya Bhagwan or Pushan blesses us, when Tarikshyo blesses, when Brihaspatir blesses us, with those blessings, we go back to the first mantra, which we did at the beginning of today's satsang. When we are blessed by those devas, then we have this power to only hear what is good karne bihi. We have this power. So always suddenly you want to hear, suddenly all your bad friends have dropped off. You have no one poisoning your ears, or you have no thoughts poisoning your system. Then Pashyemak. And here you have someone blessing you, what we call your angel of guidance. You have that person blessing you in such a way that your sight is have on the horizon that which is happiness. And that only comes by the blessings of these devas, whose blessing we are trying to get and to invoke in Swasti Vachan. So we want Indra to bless us. We want Pusha, or his sun god, to bless us. That's another name of Surya Bhagwan. We want Tarikshyo to bless you. We want the celestial energies from above to bless you. And we want Brihaspati to bless you. But also when you are chanting, let us say you are chanting this mantra to your son or your daughter. On their way to their job or to school, you're saying, let's go to the English translation. So let us do that, and then we'll go back to chanting this mantra. It says, may the glories of the King of the Gods grant us well-being. May Pushan, the second line, the sun god, grant us well-being by nourishing us. May Tarkshya, a bird with a great protective power, grant us well-being by protecting us from misfortunes. And devotees, this is a very important concept, that misfortunes and fortunes are present in all of our life. Minus and pluses, negative and positives, raga and dvesha. But with the help of the Bhagwans, with the help of your protective Deva, you're always on the right side of the fortune. You're there. There's no miss near to you. So the miss has missed you. So this is what Tarikshyo does. Make sure that anything that is not good for you pass over your head. As the prayer said, that 1,000 may fall on my right, 10,000 may fall on my left, but the arrows for me sped over my head. So this is the blessing of Swasti that you want to give to your loved one, that may you protect them. May your blessings, may your own divinity protect your child, protect your dear child, protect somebody else's child from all forms of problems. And the last line, may Brihaspati, the Guru of the Devas, grant each one of us well-being and everybody who your intention is to be blessed by the Swasti Vachan. So let us now recite it a little bit faster. So join with me. Om Swasti na Indro Vrihashrava Swasti na Pusha Vishwavedaha Swasti nas Tariksho Arishtanemi Swasti no Brihaspatir Dadhatu Om Swasti na Indro Vrihashrava Swasti na Pusha Vishwavedaha Swasti nas Tariksho Arishtanemi Swasti no Brihaspatir Dadhatu. So devotees, you get this mantra, you copy it, write it on a small post-it note or on a memory card, and you take it with you. So whenever you're visiting someone in hospital, you're visiting a family, you're going to a party, you take out the card from your wallet, don't memorize it as yet, and then you chant this mantra. Om Swasti na Indro Vrihashrava Swasti na Pusha Vishwavedaha Swasti nastariksho Arishtanemihi Swasti no Brihaspatir Dadhatu Om Swasti na Indro Vrihashrava Swasti na Pusha Vishwavedaha Swasti nastariksho Arishtanemi Swasti no Brihaspatir Dadhatu Om Shanti 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 Om Swasti Vachan Samarpyami. We offer this Swasti to all the powers that be. That is what Samarpyami means. It means Pyami, we are offering whatever I've recited to all the recipients, all my intended recipients. So let us go over one more time. You can really chant it loud. I will do it slowly. Om Swasti na Indro Vrihat Shrava Swasti na Pusha Vishwavedaha Swasti nas Tariksho Arishtanemi Swasti no Brihaspatir Dadhatu. And it has a lot more mantras, but this is the original Swasti Vachan. Is part of, I think, of 23 mantras from the Vedas that you normally do before you do the Havan. So you have the Swasti Vachan. So there would be 23 Swasti mantras, including this one and the one we did before. So let us do some chanting now and do join. Let us chant. Om. Let us start with Bhadram Karnevi, because it's for you to chant, not for me to chant today, but let us chant it 2 times. Om Bhadram Karnebhi Shunuyama Deva Bhadram Pashyem Akshabir Yajatraha Steairangai Tushtuvam Shashtanobihi Vyashema Devahitam Yadayahu. One more time. Om Bhadram Karnebi Shunuyama Deva Bhadram Pashyem Akshabi Yajatraha Steairangai Tushtuvam Shashtanobihi Vyashema Devahitam Yadayuhu. let me separate this word so it becomes easier. Shashta. Make it easy when I share it. Let us do it now with the separation. Om Bhadram Karnevi Shunayama Deva Bhadram Pashyem Akshavir Yajataha Steairangai Tushtuvam Shashtanobihi Vyashema Devahitam Yadayahu. And if you are not comfortable with the Sanskrit mantra, you can do the English. Take again the blessings with you. You can copy this off. I'll send it on the document. May we hear, Hear, what only good, what is auspicious with our ears. May we see all the auspicious and adorable things with our eyes. May we be prayerful in life with steadiness in our bodies and mind. Beautiful. And may we offer our lifespan allotted by the Devas for the service of God. And this is the last line again, is for you to make a note tomorrow on 5 things that you will do during the next week that will, agree with this. So what 5 things you're going to do in service of humanity, because this is the God we are talking about, the God that resides in the heart of all, who we will help, who we will console, who we will give a drop of water, who will pay a visit, who no one is visiting. So this is what this mantra wants us to do. And if you're going to live by the mantra, then we need to do those 5 things. Then we finish that, we go straight to the Swasti Vachan. Om Swasti na Indro Brihashrava Swasti na Pusha Vishwavedaha Swasti na Stariksho Arishtanemi Swasti no Brihaspatir Dadhatu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Devotees, as a technique, before you start chanting any mantra, spend at least a few minutes, 2 or 3 minutes, just chanting Om. So we start like this. Om. Let's do 5. So you count with your fingers. Om. 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 Swasti na Indro Vrihashrava Swasti na Pusha Vishwavedaha Swasti na Stariksho Arishtanemihi Swasti no Brihaspatir Dadhatu. O Supreme Lord, bless us. Swasti, bless us. O Lord Indra, Vrihashrava, long known, unheard of ancient time and famous. Swastina, Swastinaha. O Lord Indra, grant us or endow us. O Pushaha, O Lord, O Surya Bhagwan, the knower of Vishwa Vedaha, the knower of everything. Here, Vedaha does not mean only the Vedas, but all bits of learning is defined as Veda or the Vedas. So it's everything. So Vishwa Veda knows everything written and unwritten, seen and unseen, knows the past, the present, and the future. So Surya Bhagwan, who knows everything, protect us, Pushana. You are Vishwa Vedaha. So we are saying in the Swasti Vachan, Lord, O Indra Dev, protect us and bless us. O Surya Bhagwan, the knower of everything in this whole universe, bless us. Tarikshya, also Vayu Bhagwan, Vayu Deva, Arishta Nemihi, protect from evil or form of all harm. And this is what we want in blessing, that we are giving these blessings so someone else is protected but by giving this blessing, your karmic return back to you so no one harms you. Swastina, gracious O Supreme Lord, O Guru Bhagwan, O Brihaspati Guru of the Devas, Dadhatu or Tadahastu, O Bhagwan, may give intellectual wealth to spiritual upliftment. Om Shanti Shanti. So this beautiful Swasti Vachan in English, may the glorious Indra Bhagwan grant us well-being. May the Surya Bhagwan, the energies of the Lord, with his warmth and the rays of the sun, grant us well-being by nourishing us. May Tarikshu, the celestial energy of the wind, Vayu, and Garur, with great protective powers, grant us well-being by protecting us from all forms of problems. And may Brihaspati, the Guru of the Devas, grant us well-being. So devotees, we have come very nicely to this Swasti Vachan. Swasti na Indro Vrihashrava. Is that just we go through the first line? We seek blessings from Indra Bhagwan, who has been there for time immemorial, has always been there because he's a Bhagwan. And he's known to be benevolent. And also he's the head of all of the angels or the devas that protect us. So deva, the literal translation of deva is the shining one. So this is, so if you want to know, let us say Agni Deva, the shining one who brings forth the effulgence of the fire. If you want to know what Vayu Deva, he is that beautiful, resplendent, shining energy that gives us the prana or the oxygen we need for our life. And we know Indra Bhagwan, again, for his blessings, has all different forms. He has what we call a physical form. He has a conscious form. He has a super conscious form. And he has a divine form. So he can look after all of our interests. So when the Supreme Lord blesses us, as in the Swasti Vachan, you are being given all forms of blessings. May you be blessed with everything that you seek and you need in this world. May all your wants be fulfilled. And let us say, may we get stability. In this last mantra summary is that we pray to that Supreme Lord for radiating goodness. May we tune into the intuitional plane and hear or see only that which is auspicious or positive in others. So protect your ears from bad things and wish and visualize good and all. As we wake up in this every morning, devotees, cast your glance at the horizon and see food in every mouth, see smile in every face, and see all bodies, whether bipeds or quadrupeds, experiences happiness and no pain. That is your challenge. In order to raise the intuitive plane, you may chant this beautiful mantra like Om, or practice meditations like peace meditation. So we have many types of things that you can do in order to make your life very successful. And all this is needed. Why do we want the Swasti Vachan, and why do we want to bless all? Again, to get wealth of knowledge and upliftment from Brihaspati, from moving into the fourth quarter of Om and achieve union with the Atma. What we want again is that, like the drop of water that falls from the rain, goes into a stream, into a river, and ends up into ocean, may our meditation on Om take us to that point where we are in the ocean of supreme consciousness with other similar divine beings. On this special Friday night, devotees, may you be your own Swasti. May whatever we are doing here bless each and every one of you with a good life and happiness. I will stop the share now.